Welcome to my channel. I'm Lori. This is x.beauty by moi. This is the look that I've kind of got going on today. It's very colorful. There's a yellow to orange gradient on top with a blue gradient underneath. It's supposed to kind of look like a sunset or a sunrise over the ocean. I know that seems a little cliche or weird, but well, because this look is actually based off of an album cover, and I'll post a picture here. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt of that album right now, and the reason why I'm doing this look today is because I normally like to just match my makeup to my clothes, and this is the shirt that I'm wearing today, so I figured why not. So yeah, if you'd like to see how to do this, keep watching. Hello. So I'm going to start this tutorial by putting my hair out of my face with a headband. Make sure I get that through. Okay, there we go. Alright, now I'm going to start with my foundation and concealer. I already have a tutorial on how to do that, so I'm not really going to talk much through this part. So there's probably going to be a lot of time lapse. Just so you know that the foundation I am using is the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation, and the color is Porcelain. Concealer. This is e.l.f.'s under eye concealer and highlighter. So I'm just going to use the concealer side and dot that under my eye on both sides, right above the eyebrow. Anywhere else that needs a little bit of extra coverage. I'm a little bit pink today. I'm just going to cover that up. I'm trying to keep this video from running too long, so if you see me look off to the side, I'm looking at the clock, just so you know. Alright, now I'm going to take the translucent powder and go right under my eyes with it. Just because I have a hard time with my kabuki brush getting right under my eyes and getting that to set the way I need it to. So I'm just going to use the sponge right under my eyes and right in the corners of my nose. And then for the rest, I'm going to use my Claire's Kabuki brush in neon pink. Just going to swirl that around in the powder, tap off the extra, and then in circles all over my face. Okay, now that's done. I'm going to take another powder, just because I like the finish that it gives. The e.l.f. High Definition Loose Powder, and the color is Sheer. To shake a little bit of that into the lid, not much, I don't need a lot, and then take the sponge that comes with it, just pat it in there and go and just press all over my face. So now I'm going to start the eyes. It's very important to use some kind of primer for this. So I'm going to use yet another e.l.f. product. There's not a label on it. This is e.l.f. eyelid primer in Sheer. I'm just going to wipe that on my eye and use my finger to blend it out all the way up to the eyebrow. Okay, next I'm going to use an eyeshadow pencil, a jumbo eyeshadow pencil, as an eyeshadow base. The one I'm using is a little bit expensive, and as you can see, it's been used to heck and back. It's lasted me a really long time, so it's kind of worth the price. It's still under $15, it's only $5. And it is the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow in Milk, but I found that the LA Colors works just as well, and I believe it's only $1, and there will be a link somewhere to where you can find both of those. So I'm just going to Put that on the lid, just up to the crease, all over. Then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. Now for this part, it's very important that you don't wipe, because you'll just wipe it off. You want to press with your finger all over the lid until you get it nice and even and blend it out. And with the outer edge, you can pull it just a little bit and that'll blend it out really nicely. Because if I just wipe right now, it's going to wipe it all off, and that would just make all of the work we just did moot. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I'll do the same on the other side. And there we go. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my giant e.l.f. palette. Ugh, I can't reach it. There we go. Looks like this. It's 144 colors. I'm going to be using the yellows and oranges, as well as the blues and the reddish colors right here. So, for the first part, I'm going to need kind of a paddle brush. Let's see if I can find the one that I want. So this is just an average everyday paddle brush. It's round at the top. It's very dense. It's not too fluffy. So it looks like that, if you can see. And I'm going to use that with the, I don't know if you can see, the palest yellow, or the palest shimmery yellow rather. I'm just going to get some of that on my brush, and then I'm going to put it right on the inner corners of my eyelid. And I'm going to pat it, not sweep it, because you won't get the most color payoff. This is the way to get the most color payoff. You pack it right on top of that eyeshadow base, and it's going to make that color stick really, really good. So just slightly above the crease. And try to taper that color off as much as you can. Blend it out, because we're going to create a yellow to orange gradient. Okay, now I'm going to take the brightest yellow in this palette right here with the same brush, same side, actually no, the opposite side. Do the same thing, pick up that color. Now I'm going to go over the middle of my eye and start into the outer third of the eye. I'm just going to pick it right on top of that color where it started to blend out, so we get a nice gradient. Use the other side of the brush with a little bit of the first color just to help blend it in some more. Do the same on both sides. Okay. For me, it's really hard to get the shape exactly the same on both sides. I have to work with it a few minutes because I have an astigmatism in one eye. So it makes the shapes of my eyes differently. So even if I do the exact same thing on both sides, the exact same way, it doesn't look even sometimes. So I have to really work with it. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the oranges. And just at the end of that yellow column, there's a beautiful orange color right there. And I'm going to use a little bit of that, pick it up on, I'm going to use the same brush just because I really like this one. So I'm just going to wipe it off on a napkin. Get as much of that yellow off as I can. And pick up the orange color. And go right over top a little bit of that yellow. And blend it the best I can. I love this e.l.f. palette. It is quite literally some of the most blendable colors that I've ever used. I don't want to take this color too far because I'm trying to save room for one more darker orange before I add the crease color. So I want a really, really nice, pretty gradient. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take, over here in the red column, it's a very pretty, almost burnt orange. I'm going to take some of that. Same brush, opposite side, so I'm not mixing my colors up too much. And go right over top of that first orange, just a little bit so it blends out. See, it's just a little bit darker. Just darkens it up just a little bit. Alright, now for the crease color. In the red column, I'm going to use, it's kind of in the middle shade. It's a little bit shimmery, and it's just this red color. I'm going to use actually the exact same brush. This is a fantastic brush. I need to figure out where it came from for you. I'm just going to go from the outer corners and up into the crease with it. See what I mean with the shape? So I just got to play with that a little bit. Try and get the shape right. Now, starting into the browns a little bit, there's another darker reddish brown shade. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that to define the crease a little bit. And I'm not going to worry too much about the shape of this right now because I'm going to blend it out anyway. So that's going to even it out more. Just in the outer quarter and up into the crease just a little bit. It's not much of a difference, but it is a little bit. Just defines it just a little bit more. And if you wanted to define it even a little bit more, you could use a little bit of black and mix it with that color. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to wipe away fallout. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean blending brush. Where is it? There it is. This is an Eco Tools brush, and it's actually called the highlight brush, but I like to use it for blending because it's super fluffy. It's the fluffiest brush that, the fluffiest eyeshadow brush that I have anyway. So I'm just going to use it clean, no color, and blend out these edges. Soften it up. If the color gets a little too out of hand, you can use a tiny bit of your powder and just go right over top of it, and that should soften the color even just a little bit more. Make sure it gets real nice and blended. And if you end up softening the color too much, you can go back in with that red color with the fluffy brush and just darken it up a little bit more. And there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to go for the bottom of the lid, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a little bit of my NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in Milk, and I'm just going to line my lash line very, very lightly, and then blend it with my finger. Sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, so for the bottom, I just did the NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil underneath, and I'm going to use this blue column, and I'm going to create a gradient with that. I'm going to use the lighter blues, and then I'm going to go with this medium blue here, and then into the darker ones. Alright, so I'm just going to use that top blue color with an angled eyeliner brush. Looks like that's very thin. I'm going to use the lightest blue shade that I have right in the inner corners. Blend it up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go with the medium blue that I pointed out. I'll show you again. This one. That was the light one that I put in the corner, so I'm going to use this one. And blend it into that lighter shade. Just right under the lash line. Now I'm going to take one of the darker blues and blend that in. And then the darkest blue. And I'm going to go just outside the corner of my eye just a little bit. I'm going to use that later in the wing of my eyeliner. Okay. So there's that. Then I'm going to use that same fluffy brush from before. And just blend that out. Use a little bit of my powder. Smoke that out a little bit. Okay. Now for the eyeliner on top of my eye, I'm going to be using a e.l.f. waterproof eyeliner pen, and the color is black. For some reason, this eyeliner pen has decided to stop working right in the middle of filming. So I'm going to dig in my drawer for a liquid eyeliner. Oh my god, sorry about that. It's e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. And I'm going to have to go back over top of this one so that they match. The texture matches. Let's go right over top of the line we've already created. So with the black and then the blue underneath it, creates kind of a double wing, and I love the way that looks. I think it's really cool. Okay, so now I'll just do the same thing on the other side. Sorry about all the messages on my phone. I'm trying to do a Google Hangout thing with Pellek, who is on my shirt, which this makeup tutorial is based on. He's like my favorite musician at the moment, and I'm really excited. But anyway, I'm using an LA Colors eyeliner in brown black because I don't have a black one. I don't know where my black eyeliner went. So I'm just going to line my waterline. If you have black, use black because it'll look better, but black brown's the best I have right now. Okay. I'm going to curl my lashes and do my mascara. And there are the eyes. Now I'm just going to use my e.l.f. eyebrow kit to fill in my eyebrows. And then I will be back in a few minutes to do my cheeks and lips. Alright, I'm using the e.l.f. eyebrow kit and the color is light. And I'm going to use the darker brown with just this little tiny brush that comes with it, the angled side. Pick that up, and then I'm just going to brush it on in short strokes. The way, because this is kind of creamy, and the angle of it when you do short strokes, it kind of creates the illusion of more hair instead of just a color on your face and your eyebrows looking all fake. And please excuse the state of my eyebrows right now. I really need to go and have someone do them. And just like my eyes, my eyebrows are shaped differently, and I don't know why, and I can't get them to be shaped the same way, so I just, oh well, fill them in the best I can. Alright folks, I am back for cheeks and lips, so let's go ahead and get started. For my cheeks, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer palette, as well as their warm bronzer palette. I like the warm bronzer palette because it has 4 different colors in there, and this one, the color is called Warm. So I'm going to find a contouring brush. This is one that I just got. It's so beautiful. It's like my favorite. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to get some of the darkest color. And I'm going to go right under my cheekbones in the hollows. So like if you make a fishy face, right where it sucks in, I'm just going to brush that right there. Now I'm going to get a different brush. This one I believe is a Claire's brush, and I'm going to use the contouring blush and bronzer palette. It doesn't say what color it is, but the number is 83601. And I'm going to use the blush and just sweep that right on the apples of my cheeks. Just a very light pink. It's very similar to the color that my cheeks are naturally. Just makes it look a little more even and on purpose. Now I'm going to go back to the warm bronzer palette and get another slightly angled brush. This is the e.l.f. Professional Bronzing Brush. And I'm going to take the lightest color in the warm bronzer palette and go right underneath my eyes on top of my cheekbones. Just add a little bit of warmth as well as a slight highlight because it's shimmery, and bring it down the side of my nose, right around my cheek. There we go. Just like that. I'm also going to take that down the center of my nose, on top of my chin, and the center of my forehead. Then now I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush. It's called the Blending Eye Brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to take a little bit of that medium brown color, and I'm going to go down the sides of my nose. Give it a little bit of a contour, make my nose look thinner. And underneath. And blend. Bring that color also under the chin. Okay, and then I think that's it for the face. I'm just going to use my kabuki brush and blend that all together. Now, this is the point where if you are going to be wearing this or wearing your makeup outside for a long time, you might want to use a setting spray. And the one that I like to use is by NYX. It's a matte finish, Matte, long-lasting setting spray. I'm not going to use it right now because I'm not going to be going outside or anything like that. Also, make sure if you do this that your mascara and eyeliner are both waterproof, or spray it before you do your eye makeup. So for the lips now, I'm going to use Wink Pink e.l.f. Moisturizing Lipstick. Find my lip brush. So you want to make sure that your lips are very moisturized before you do this, so you can start your makeup out by putting a lip balm on before you start. So I'm just going to pick up some of that color on my lip brush. It's just a very natural looking pink color. Since I've got a lot of color going on my eyes, I don't want to do a whole lot of color on my lips, just because I think that would be a little overbearing. Just a very soft, nude, natural looking pink. And then on top of that, I'm going to use my most absolute favorite lip gloss, the e.l.f. Hyper Shine lip gloss, and the color is Fairy. It is my absolute favorite. It's a very, very light pink, and if you use just a little bit of it, it's very sheer, and you can't really see it at all, which is good. So you can really put it on top of any color and it doesn't change the color that much. So there you have it. That is my look. There will be pictures of everything somewhere in the video, probably after all the, probably at the end of the video. So yeah, like I said earlier, this look was based off of Pellek's album Ocean of Opportunity. If you haven't listened to him, check him out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Hope everything's going awesome for you guys, and I hope you like this look. Bye.
Of tranquility, drifting east on the seven seas, midway islands, white fairy tours. I'm at peace, I have no concern.